So guys, without any further ado, let's get into our second game here of this third best of 3. We're going into DmC versus WaKa on King's Stage on Station. And in the upper left hand corner we have our Blue Pros player who is one map away from the quarterfinals of the SC2 Improved Summer League 2014. It's DmC. In the lower right hand corner we have our red Zerg player from E-Stars. Ladies, gentlemen, it is WaKa. Alright, so getting set to go into this game. Getting set to see what these guys are going to get up to. Of course, WaKa in that last game started off. It all began with the 10 pool. That's not really why he died, though. You know, I felt he came out into an okay position. He just wasn't prepared at all. He wasn't prepared at all for the big attack from his opponent. He lost so many Zerglings straight away. He just didn't have the numbers there at all. And unfortunately that meant end of the game for WaKa. Now DmC, he's going to be starting up a little bit differently here. He is going to start up with a Forge first. However, I guess it's just for safety's sake more than anything. Is there a gap there? Maybe. He's going up with a Forge first. WaKa without a... going for a pool first will be safe against any kind of cannon rush. Kind of funny, this is the second time today we've seen a Pros player on King's Stage on Station open with a Forge first. So Arthur did it against WaKa and now DmC does it against WaKa. So quite interesting. And the drone comes down to the natural. Will he get it down before the block comes in? No, he will not. So going to be a little bit annoying here. This drone going to try and outsmart this probe, and he is successful in doing so. Someday Protoss players will. I mean, I guess it's kind of a thing because you don't want to walk in too small of a circle because then the drone can very easily kind of nibble away at your probe very quickly. But of course, if you walk in too large of a circle, they can just put the hatchery down in the middle of your probe. So that's why it's actually quite skillful being able to block that hatchery for as long as possible. It can be very, very annoying. So DmC not quite successful in doing that just there. Looks as though WaKa kind of interested in taking a third base before gas, and I don't blame him. I mean, Forge fast expand. It's the standard response. This is how he responded to Arthur beforehand. Did he win this game? This is the map he did win on against Arthur, where Arthur went for the blink all in. So intrigued to see how this one goes. WaKa is down in the series, of course, so DmC, again, playing for a place in the quarterfinals would not be a bad finish for him this season. As we do have an Overlord beginning to move out and about. Going to see what he can spot around the map. And yeah, go WaKa from oh, I can't say her name. Alliades chain. Probably a little bit wrong. October Summer League, hashtag Gabby, yeah. To say my planning was good with this league, this is probably actually the worst I've ever been at planning a league. Last year we had all the round of 16 and round of 8 finished up in September, but we didn't get the finals done until October the 28th. But this is bad. I mean, I've just been all over the place, and then it's been so weird. We don't have much going on in the game, guys, so let's may as well talk about something else. Like, it's been weird because in the summer, the first 3 qualifiers went great, and then I just hit this wall where I went on holiday for a week, and then I came back and I was away from home for another week, and then which was a bit which I wasn't expecting originally when I originally planned it, and then I had to go away for another week, and then I tried to do it, then I went on holiday again to somewhere else on the day I had planned to qualify for, so I had like a whole month out, and then we finally got the qualifiers done. And I started trying to organise the round of 16, and people were busy. WCS was on. There was so much happening. It was so hard to plan. And then, you know, trying to avoid clashes with stuff. And then in the end, I was like, right, let's just fucking, you know, in the end, it was like, okay, move to uni. Let's get sorted once I get to uni. Okay, get sorted, organise for a weekend, and then that weekend some real life shit goes down. So I have to cancel one of the groups. I do one of the groups then, but I just can't bring myself to do the rest of it because it was just too much. So we had to cancel it all again, and now we've got it all scheduled for this week at least. Thank the fucking Lord, because I tell you what, it has been such a stress on my mind trying to get this organised, guys. It really, really has been. I'm so glad that we finally got it underway and taking place. God, before long it's going to be time for the flipping Winter League, isn't it? If we even do a Winter League. I don't actually think we will be doing a Winter League this year, unfortunately. Let's talk about the game then. An Overlord does go down as it tries to scout. We do have a Twilight Council Corona Boost now Blink here. And, well, it looks like it's just going to be a straight up speedy Blink all in here from DmC. 5 gateways being added on in total. will take him up to 7 gates, as he's actually adding on 6 now. So 7 gates in total, blink very quickly, not using this forge at all for any upgrades, so it's going to hit very, very quickly. Now, WaKa, does he know that this is coming? Because he's up on 56 drones, and he's got 6 roaches already on the way. This actually, is this the same build which, is this the same thing what, no, this one isn't the same as what Arthur did, because Arthur got +1. He went for the 4 gate +1 build first, and then he changed into Blink Stalkers. So yeah. There's about to finish up here. Zergling speed on the way, and well, guess what? We're gonna have this attack come in this right-hand side again, and there's still a roach on here on this right-hand side just to make things even harder for WaKa to deal with. So yeah, these stalkers gonna start working away at these rocks. This should be spotted by WaKa immediately. Now he already is making units, so all he has to do is mass up units, but no Zergling speed, no roach speed for a long time here. It's all gonna be about holding on and, you know, trading as best he can up until that point. So spreading his units out as best he can. Good thing for DmC, for WaKa, sorry, is the fact that DmC has no sentries. So that's a big, big positive here. There's not going to be any force fields. So it's going to come down to literally just numbers. And with 12 more roaches finishing up, that might just be all WaKa needs to really push this back as these stalkers come in here. He's going to start talking to the roach roar, and that's the point where WaKa just has to say, well, I can't let you do this. And Queen coming forward to help with some extra DPS. These stalkers getting pushed back very quickly. So many roaches here, and WaKa is just going to turn this around so easily. He moves forward a little bit. He's going to come back up this ramp. No need to overcommit. Zergling speed's about to finish. Roach speed is well on the way as well. So he's just going to wait this one out and make sure he finishes this at the correct time. Roselle going to go down here. These stalkers are going to start getting targeted as well. And, well, this game is going to be over pretty quickly, I feel, because DmC just surely does not have enough right now. He's trying to blink his heart out. He is actually lowering the number of roaches, but WaKa is still going strong here. More roaches coming out. 12 roaches about to finish, and roach speed now finished 2. And that is a big, big difference, but the roaches are pushed back up the ramp once again, so WaKa does have to be careful. But a lot of these stalkers on very low hit points, which makes them a lot less efficient than they were when they were originally up here. So pulling the drones this time, using them to tank a little bit. I don't think he's necessarily in trouble just yet, and as he closes in on these low hit point stalkers, a lot of them will die. The numbers will evaporate quite quickly. And you can see now these stalkers are all beginning to fall very, very speedily, in fact. So these roaches going to keep on taking these down slowly, a few at a time. He's going to just keep on moving forward. He's going to target down the low hit point stalkers. And this is pretty nice because, I mean, obviously he actually gets rid of them instead of allowing the shields to regen. More roaches continuing to rally in here. Both supplies of these players are getting low. Some Zerglings coming in as well, and Speedlings are going to be great against this. As it looks as though DmC's actually just run out of steam. WaKa looking to have way too much, and looking as though he's going to take us into game number 3 for the second time tonight. As DmC really has just run out of steam here. WaKa looking good to just clean this up. I mean, DmC still has a little bit of power behind this, but I mean, things just, I think, getting to the point where WaKa's just going to have way too much. He has lost a fair few drones, but I mean, 46 to 42 still in the work account, and more roaches continue to come in here. He's pre-splitting once again. I don't really like this kind of variation of the build from DmC. It relies very much upon your opponent not being ready. I mean, if any kind of variation where there's force fields or upgrades can just go so much better. It hits a bit later, of course. But of course, that's the kind of trade-off you go for to get a stronger fighting army. Roaches, I just feel with force fields you're much more in control of how it goes instead of just saying, well, are you ready or are you not? Because even with force fields you can work some magic, right? So he's going to get this gas geyser here. This extractor, maybe, actually no, he's going to have to fight the roaches and he has to blink away. DmC's just going to have to go home. He does run out of power, so he's not going to be able to push through this. He's just going to have to back off, and now he actually blinks forward here, tries to get an overload, but isn't quite successful in doing that either. He will stop warping in for now. He does start up his +1, he does start up his 4th gas as well, and he is actually moving across to try and take a 3rd base, but actually there's an overload here, so he's not going to be able to take this for quite some time. Now some Zerglings are going to start cleaning up these pylons, so DmC going to have to worry about that as well, as this 3rd base is not going to be able to be started. And so many roaches, these stalkers, of course, they can blink away. They might be able to grab a queen here, and they will grab a single queen just with the last shot there. I thought he blinked maybe a little bit too early, maybe not expecting the transfuse. Roaches and Lings trying to hunt these stalkers down though, but they do have another blink. They're all coming around this right hand side. Nexus to start in the forward location because he just knows he doesn't have time to start up the Nexus to kill this overlord and then make his Nexus. DmC literally just trying to buy time with these stalkers right now, kind of playing ring around the Zerg base. A lot more stalkers suddenly warped in, and he's actually going to come into the main base. So he's going to blink up into the main, And can he do much damage with this? The mothership core needs to get here, give him some vision. But the rest of the units are all coming back down. So he gets in here. He's going to take down a Stalker. Oh, sorry, a Queen. What am I on about? He's going to try to take down the lair, but units are already getting over here. He's going to just go over to the other side and blink. Hold position on the drones, maybe. Just block these Stalkers in. DmC is actually just trapped in the mineral line. The roaches are in a complete surround. And DmC, well, he takes down the lair and he recalls out, but I mean, a counter-attack from WaKa now is just going to be absolutely devastating because there's just not that much at all. He's thrown away so much army to be able to do this. His +1 is about to finish, but now WaKa's going into Hydralisks. He's already restarted his lair. And he'll restart this base in his main base as well. So yeah, Hydralisk Den is working away on Groove Spines. The Hydras are starting to come out. This third base is going to be a very easy target for WaKa. I mean, all he has to do is basically walk up to it and kill it right now. These Stalkers are definitely not in position to really be able to deal with this. Dark Shrine is on the way. Something which WaKa doesn't really have anything to deal with just yet. He doesn't have any Spore Crawlers. He doesn't have any Overseers. He does have a lair on the way again, though. So I guess the idea from DmC was he was going to kill the lair and hope that WaKa just didn't have detection by the time his DTs came up. But at this rate, I mean, the lair's already going to be finished again before the Dark Shrine finishes. So yeah, I mean, DmC, I mean, it was a cute little play he tried to pull off here. Now he's a little bit supply blocked again. He's moving across the map because, I mean, he's stuck on 2 bases. What else can you do? He's not realised that he's supply blocked yet, which is really going to hurt him when he tries to warp in some units. And, well, WaKa, he is just going to come around this side of the map and greet these units head on as they come in towards his main base. These Stalkers, pulls his Hydras back as well, just keeping them in the back to deal damage and not tank damage. But I mean, the roaches here, they can just chase this down, and DmC has to keep kind of kiting because these Zealots are just going to get picked off otherwise, and he can't afford to just lose 600 minerals of units for nothing, so he turns around and fights. He snipes an Overseer. 5 DTs being warped in, immediately another Overseer does begin. It is in the natural. These 5 DTs not moving just yet. I mean, the entire army is actually over here, and he actually takes down these rocks, so he's actually going to get around with these Stalkers. He's making a lot of cute moves to try and bring himself back into this game, but I just don't really think it's going to be enough. Now, the Overseer is going over to the army, so there's actually a lot of time for DTs to snipe off this lair here, maybe. Snipe the lair, and at the same time, maybe try and snipe this Overseer with the Stalkers. Not going to be able to do that, but the lair will go down again, so WaKa going to lose this. He's responded this way too late, and these DTs are going to be very smart and get out. So, I mean, DmC is keeping himself in the game. Despite WaKa being about 100 supply ahead, another lair on the way. He's starting up Spore Crawlers now just to make sure he's always got detection, even if that Overseer does get sniped again. And his DTs are just going to be falling back for now. Falling back, and yeah, I mean, DmC just kind of sitting back, and that's all he can really do. DmC just going to move some probes over towards his third base. Which he is trying to re-establish now as well. So, I mean, it's just too far gone though, surely. He's about 190-ish supply behind. WaKa's just going to... I mean, he's not going to take damage from DTs again, I can tell you that for sure. Where did them DTs go? Oh, he morphed into Archons, they're back at home, okay. It's one of these games where it feels as though it's been over for a long time. DmC's been doing some cute stuff to stay in and try and keep WaKa back, but now WaKa's maxed out, he's not waiting any longer. I mean, he's not even, I mean, he doesn't really have the opportunity to go up to Hive for Vipers or anything because he's kept losing his lair. And he doesn't really need to. He's going to come straight into this fight. Might hit some force fields here, which DmC kind of needs to be able to stay in this. So a few roaches blocked off here initially, but I mean, WaKa's just got so much, he doesn't even really mind fighting into the choke point. He takes down one of them Archons. The other Archon's still standing for a little while longer here. These roaches and Hydras falling back, and WaKa looking as though he will move forward in the end very shortly and take on this group of units from DmC. He's actually coming around to the right hand side now, and he's going to set up a little bit of a better concave for himself as he heads into this engagement. And I mean, he's just doing everything he can to ensure that this is going to be a victory, not some kind of crazy loss after being so far ahead. And here we go, going to start coming in here, and WaKa, he's dropping the changelings as well. Mana changes because why not? He doesn't have to do anything other than A move right now. Stalker's blinking to the right hand side, do clean up the army on the right. Some nice force fields over on the left, but is it going to be enough? DmC is going to have to blink as best he can right now to try and hold on. The Hydralisks in the back are doing so much DPS though, and these Stalkers, I mean, they're not in the best of positions to fight in either. This Zerg army has such a great kind of surface area of attack, and well, honestly, a lot more of this Zerg army has died than I thought it would. DmC very bravely blinking forward, feeling as though he can take it on, but the DPS from the Hydralisks is huge, and you can see how fast these Stalkers go down. He's trying to take down all of the Overseers so he can warp in a DT and kill things off, but there's still 3 Overseers remaining, and I mean, couple of more DTs being warped in now, but I mean the overseers are still here, so they're going to go down. And DmC again, he's just trying to hold on in this game for as long as he can. Another overseer could maybe go down. One more overseer remains, and then maybe we could see something happen. But another overseer just starts getting morphed in. I mean, WaKa's just not going to let it happen. He's actually lost a lot of overseas supply block, but GG well played is finally called here from DmC. And WaKa, for the second time tonight, takes us to a game number 3 in this best of 3.